Sport and Spinal Rehab. Listen each week for health and wellness programs and ideas, chiropractic information, and helpful tips for a healthier lifestyle. Plus, weekly guests from around the area. It's time for Sport and Spinal Weekly with Dr. Lyle Erickson and the team at Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab.
All right, here we are, week 4 already. Sport and Spinal Weekly. In the studio with me, Dr. Lyle Erickson, Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab. And our guest today, Jason Brodina from Choice Therapy. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Here we are another week. Now, yes, you did hear that correctly. Therapy, chiropractic. We'll get into that here in just a little bit later on. We'll talk with Jason. Dr. Erickson will talk about things. We'll also give tips and pointers and how people can use this application as well, or with maybe they have their own chiropractor and their own therapist, possibly.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll give folks some tips on how maybe can work together with a chiropractor and a physical therapist, and for the betterment of the patient.
Things we didn't know.
Going to be a lot of things that people didn't know.
But definitely improve our lifestyle and our health. All that's coming up on Sport and Spinal Weekly.
You're listening to Sport and Spinal Weekly on 92.1 The River.
Have you ever been told you just have to live with the pain? Far too many people today are living needlessly with pain and taking drugs to hide their pain. Every day, many people just like you are learning chiropractic care can be an effective alternative to drugs and surgery while restoring pain-free living.
For quality chiropractic care, call Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab of Bemidji at 444-2117. Whether caused by an auto accident, work injury, or other circumstance, receive expert treatment from Sport and Spinal Rehab. Sport and Spinal Rehab will accept most insurance, so give them a call. That number again is 444-2117, or find them on the web at www.sportandspinalrehab.com.
Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab. Renew your whole body, your whole family, your whole life.
For more information, visit Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab online at www.sportandspinalrehab.com. Get fit now at the Gillette Fitness Center located on the BSU campus in Bemidji. Go for a swim, run a few laps, take a yoga class, or just work out. It's all here for you. The Gillette Fitness Center offers state-of-the-art equipment and facilities that will help you slim down, tone up, de-stress, or just plain play. With flexible membership options to help you achieve your fitness goals. Open 7 days a week. Visit the Gillette Fitness Center located on the BSU campus in Bemidji.
Hi, I'm Erica at Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab. I assist the doctors with patient care, exams, therapy, and x-rays. Call us to find out how we can help get you out of pain today.
All right, we're back, Sport and Spinal Weekly, and today we're talking therapy and chiropractic care. And never thought that would ever be a combination, so it was very intriguing that Dr. Erickson said that this would be our topic this week, and our guest would be Jason from Choice Therapy. And so, well, number one, how did this even happen?
Well, I think over the last few years, probably the last 10 years, therapy and chiropractic care has changed. We are getting closer and closer to working together. It used to be we would do our thing, and we would say, you can't see a chiropractor. Thinking, especially at Choice Therapy, is let's make the most comprehensive plan of care for every patient that we see. And that oftentimes will include chiropractic care at the same time.
Therapy is the muscular and skeletal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our profession overlaps. Obviously, we both deal with, both been well-trained in musculoskeletal things, among other things. And, like, as Jason said, I think over the years, philosophies have changed. I think healthcare providers in general, philosophies have changed. And probably more importantly, the people who demand our services, patients, their philosophies have changed too. They're well-educated. They've been on the internet. They read the books. They don't necessarily like it when providers don't get along. Mm-hmm. And I think, that maybe was a case 20, 30 years ago where everything was divided and it was, hey, you see us and you don't see them, or one or the other. And there are still some practitioners out there that have that mentality, I think, and I'm sure you've seen some too, Jason.
Yes.
But, we've chosen to get along and we have a good referral relationship. And I guess our overall goal is to get people out of pain, get them healthy, keep them healthy, and then we work towards that together.
Well, I would assume that having two different brains look at something, or four different eyes, or a different fresh set of eyes. And because you guys are different professions, are you able to enlighten each other on different ways of looking at things?
I think so. I think what really helps, especially for me, is if I run into a rough spot with a patient, I know that I can call Dr. Yerkson at Sport and Spinal, bounce some ideas off of him, send our patient over there, and he may see something I totally missed. And so it's not about me being the most important person, it's about the patient being the most important person and making their lives better, getting them pain-free, just like Dr. Yerkson had said earlier.
And I would assume that no patients argue with you guys, do they? Or would they?
They really, I wouldn't say argue. Patients are always right. We know that. Right. Always heard that from everybody. But I think patients really appreciate it too. When I'm willing to say, hey, someone has, let's say, a sore neck or a sore shoulder blade region, and we've done some treatment on it. We're not getting anywhere. The patient's still in pain, and we say, hey, you know what? Maybe you ought to go over to Choice and see Jason. Patients are like, wow, they can't believe those words came out of my mouth, because they've never heard that before. And so I think patients really appreciate that.
Well, and you do have your own, you guys focus on different areas, even though it's about the same thing, right?
We do. A good example is, let's say if somebody comes in with shoulder pain to see us. People oftentimes forget the shoulder is often intertwined with the back and the thoracic spine. Well, the shoulder isn't going to get better if we don't get that thoracic spine moving correctly, and that's where we would say to Dr. Erickson, work on the thoracic spine, we'll work on strengthening the shoulder, and we'll have positive results instead of having just a vicious circle of pain.
Well, we talked a couple weeks ago about having your joints moving fluidly, or...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that the main.
So you guys are saying the same things.
We're saying the same things. Our main, from a chiropractic standpoint, our main philosophy is proper joint mechanics, joint function, and because of that, the nervous system functions at its optimal capacity because the joints are moving. When I say joints, I'm meaning the spinal joints, your vertebrae. And so, again, Jason was saying the same thing we're saying. Is get the joints move and function properly. The nervous system is going to function well. It's going to help with the rehab of the shoulder injury or the upper back injury or the neck injury when they're working on the muscular component of that, the strengthening of the postural part of it. So it all intertwines and all works great together.
So then I would assume then you guys talk to each other about like exercise or stretching that a certain person should do considering their ailments?
I think that's probably the biggest key as far as working together is that the lines of communication. If we just send a patient over there and don't communicate, we're not treating the patient as best as possible. And so those lines of communication saying, I'm working on this today, and so I'm going to have them do this type of exercise at our facility, that's going to give the most comprehensive plan of care for that patient.
Does it vary, the type of, whether it be accident, injury, or situation, that a person would need both types of care? I mean, is it rare, or could more people benefit from the concept?
I think more people could benefit from the concept of using physical therapy and chiropractic care. I think oftentimes we miss that link in the chain, whether it be physical therapy or chiropractic care, which draws out their recovery process. The
recovery process, right?
Well, that's a big thing, and again, go back to what our common goal is that's no matter what injury or issue a patient has, it's the end line is we want to get patients better. I mean that's what we're here for, and that's our vision and our goal. And I think working together, and as Jason was saying, if we can do things together to speed that process up, and then communicate that, hey, we're doing this, and have an open lines of communication, I think it's really important.
And I was just thinking that a couple of things that do you guys see a lot of healthy people? Or, you know what I'm saying? Is that a dumb question?
Well, the trend is, I would say probably 10, 15 years ago. You rarely saw someone come in, I don't know about you, Jason, but in our clinic, you rarely see someone come in and say, hey, I like my spine checked just because I feel great. But, just because we are in the wellness, movement right now, which we've talked about in previous shows, you see more and more people, and I'm sure you see those people too for more what we call maintenance care.
Yeah, I'll take an example of a patient I just recently saw. He had knee pain about 2-3 years ago, wants to get back to downhill skiing, wanted a checkup. So he came in for, at our clinic, a free injury screen. We gave him 1 to 2 exercises to do at home. And instead of coming into therapy for 6 weeks after he injures himself, he's being proactive and is taking care of that problem prior to doing his activities. So
preventive, is that what they call this? Preventive maintenance or something?
Preventative care.
Yeah, instead of waiting until it's bad, you
Yes.
try and eliminate that. And I would assume like major car accidents are there individuals out there that will have like your care for many years because of their condition?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's what we call, I guess, in the profession is there's permanent injuries, and permanent injuries are permanent injuries. You're going to have flare-ups with them. It might be they might have a flare-up once a month. Maybe it'll be once every 6 weeks. Maybe once a week for a while, depending on what people do. And so, yeah, I mean, we have lifelong patients, that come in, and I expect them to come in, and they really expect to come in occasionally. They're not going to come in 3-4 times a week for the rest of their life. That's ridiculous. But we're certainly going to see patients, for lifelong care.
We're going to stop here, take a quick break. When we return, we'll continue our discussion with Jason Brodina from Choice Therapy and, of course, Dr. Lyle Erickson from Sport and Spinal Rehab. This is Sport and Spinal Weekly.
Sport and Spinal Weekly continues. Get more online at chiropracticsport&spinalrehab.com.
Preventing work injuries in the workplace is especially important in this economy when employers need to reduce costs related to work injuries. Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab in Bemidji offers complimentary back safety talks to local businesses with options of complete training and certification, which could potentially reduce workers' compensation claims and insurance costs for employers. If you or your workplace is interested in back safety, please call Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab in Bemidji to schedule your back safety talk today.
Get fit now at the Gillette Fitness Center, located on the VSU campus in Bemidji. Go for a swim, run a few laps, take a yoga class, or just work out. It's all here for you. The Gillette Fitness Center offers state-of-the-art equipment and facilities that will help you slim down, tone up, de-stress, or just plain play. With flexible membership options to help you achieve your fitness goals. Open 7 days a week. Visit the Gillette Fitness Center, located on the BSU campus in Bemidji.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, insurance specialist at Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab. Call me to find out how your insurance benefits can help pay for your care. You can contact me for all of your insurance and financial questions.
Has your vehicle been making noise? Get your vehicle repair done by the best. Bemidji's Best Auto Service. Bemidji's Best Auto Service is a full-service auto maintenance and repair shop. From headlights to taillights, tires to the top, and everything in between. Bemidji's Best offers honest and always a fair price. It's what they believe in and how they do business. When your vehicle needs a little help, visit Bemidji's Best Auto Service. Just a block north of the Eagles Club on Washington Avenue in Bemidji. Bemidji's Best Auto Service.
Your recovery from injury is so important to you and your family. If you or someone you love is in need of physical or occupational therapy, request Choice Therapy of Bemidji. You do have the right to choose where you receive therapy services. Choice Therapy will work closely with your physician, giving every patient the highest quality care possible. Choice Therapy also offers free 15-minute injury consultations to see if therapy will help you return to top form. Your life, your health, your choice. Choice Therapy of Bemidji.
River City's weather.
From the River Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Mandy Faluber. While plenty of sunshine for your Friday, light winds out of the northwest between 5 and 10 will reach a high in the lower teens. Tonight, skies becoming partly to mostly cloudy, winds turning to the southwest, temperatures steady early and then rising during the overnight. Saturday, a blend of clouds and sunshine with a high temperature near 25. Right now, 5 above.
Like us on Facebook, Chiropractic Sport and Spinal Rehab. This is Sport and Spinal Weekly on 92.1 The River.